You probably use AI for your content creation, either to research, to help you to come up with ideas, to write a script or whatever. Are you happy with the result of the help? I'm not, and there are some reasons for that. So in the last month, I have done really a lot of work with AI, but most of the time, I have been confronted with one big problem, is that whenever I created something, AI thought it was the best idea ever and that this would be a big breakthrough. That's the feeling that I got. And in a way, it's nice to hear that your idea is good, that somebody is actually saying what you want to hear, but it's not efficient because a couple of days later or after you have made a video or built a project, you realize that your idea is actually not that good. And this is something that I want to do differently. So my plan is to create an AI assistant to help me for packaging and creating YouTube content. These are sectors that I don't feel really good at, and I think there's a lot of potential for improving my videos. So this is the idea, and I will create a series of videos where I make one step at a time, and I bring you towards a finished AI advisor that is actually pretty powerful. At least that is the plan. How do you make your AI inputs relative to yourself? So if you look at the LLMs in general, they are the same tools that everybody on the planet is using, and most of the people use them exactly the same way by giving simple prompts, and in a way the results that we get are pretty standardized. So if you have to develop such a product like ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, you need to dumb things down so that everybody can understand and everybody gets a certain answer. But this answer is generic. And what I want to do with this project is to build something where I get an answer that is different from your answer. So when I ask my tool something, it will have some things that are proper to my voice, to my content, to my ideas, and this is something that has to be not coded but defined within the LLM. So what are going to be the tasks of this AI advisor for YouTube packaging and content? So I want it to be able to give me a feedback on an idea. I want it to be able to give me tips how to create a hook for a certain video, to actually keep people engaged during the video, having rehooks. Then I want to make sure that the thumbnail is good, that the title thumbnail combination is good. So quite a lot of things that I want to do, and I also want to go a little bit step further. So since I'm building such a tool and I'm very bad at creating thumbnails, I want it also to be able to generate a prompt so that I can make thumbnails with AI. So for this project, for this AI advisor for YouTube packaging and content creation, we are going to build a concept that has several pillars. There will be an identity pillar. This will contain the things that are proper to myself, my voice, my style, my ideas. Then there will be a pillar that is what I would call the brain. And there we put the information that is up to date on things like thumbnail creation, title selection, hooks, and YouTube algorithm, psychology, things that matter for the AI to be able to give the best possible result. There will be a third pillar, which will actually be a feedback loop. So whenever we create a video, I want the AI to know how it did. So I will actually tie back the analytics of my YouTube channel into this project so that each time we make something, the AI can follow what is happening, and AI is very good at dissecting the information and seeing what is working, what is not working. Then there will be the spine, the place where everything comes together. So this will be a system prompt that incorporates the different parts of this machine and tells the AI how it should react, how it should talk, and it's also there that we will define the character of the AI. For example, I want it to be able to tell me that my idea is not good. I want it to be critical. I want it to be also challenging, because I don't want to be in an echo chamber just hearing how good my ideas are. It's not efficient, and this is the place where I can change that. So we're going to build this one part at a time, and I will make videos about all these parts, and it's a process that may take some time, but actually it's not as complicated as it seems. You might ask, yeah, why should I learn how to build such a thing? Probably in 6 months there will be the same, and I can just click on it and it will work totally fine. That's true. We have no idea what will be possible in 6 months. But I think that it's important to actually use our brains in a way that allows us to understand the next step of AI. And by trying to build such a tool, we are actually going further than 95% of the people using AI. And this is something that prepares us for what is to come. So maybe it's not something that will be usable for 15 years, but it is work to be done to be up to date and to be ready for what comes next. Now you probably wonder, yeah, but how many more subscriptions will I need to build this up? And I am totally aware of the issue, because I have accumulated some subscriptions as well, and I'm not really willing to add more to that. So I will build this with totally free tools. So these tools can be used up to a certain limit without any payment, and that's important for me and probably also for you. So I have checked all the different possibilities, and I came to the decision that this will be built with one specific LLM, which is Gemini. The reason is, there are several reasons. First of all, Gemini is the algorithm of YouTube, and since I want to build something for YouTube, then it makes sense to use the same algorithm that knows the most about YouTube. The second is, Gemini is able to do a lot of things that some other LLMs are not able to. For example, it can watch videos, so it can actually give me a feedback on a video that I already created and give me tips how to improve it. Also, Gemini is part of the tools that are provided by Google. This whole ecosystem is actually very vast and powerful. You have Google Drive, you have Notebook LM, you have all the things that rotate around it and are actually integrated together, and this is very powerful. And during this process you will see different use cases that actually are pretty interesting and powerful, and that maybe open some potential that you haven't even realized. So this is the reason why we're going to build this with Gemini, and more precisely with Gemini Gems, which are specific personalized Gemini chats. Okay, so there are also GPTs from ChatGPT. There are Claude projects that probably could also come close to such a thing, but we're gonna stay with Gemini, and everything we build will be there. So the very first thing that we're going to build is the identity that is proper to myself, to my content, to my voice, to my vocabulary, and I will show you how you can feed this gem with exactly your words, what you say, your tone of voice, so that when you generate a script, it sounds like you and not something like generic like everybody else. So that will be the purpose of the next video. So make sure to follow and subscribe so that you can be around for the process. Thanks a lot for watching.